So that's been curing for a week now, just in this container in the fridge. Every day I would flip it over like this. So flip it over every day. Now we're just going to rinse it off. Dump it all in there. You can leave that stuff on too. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do the other. Most people recommend you rinse it off. I don't find, sometimes to have all that on there and have it smoking on there is actually nice. There's that piece of junk that I trimmed off. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll smoke it. I can always make that decision at the very end of what to do with it. Alright, once you get it rinsed off, pat it all dry with a towel, and then it's ready for the smoker. Alright, we got the Bradley set up in the driveway here. My backyard's a bit of a mess with construction, so is the driveway for that matter, but oh well. I've got my pucks loaded. I've got 3 different kinds. I got maple, cherry, and hickory. Maple, cherry, and hickory I have, and I have them alternating, maple, cherry, hickory, and so on. And I just got to get my racks adjusted. I'm only really going to need 1 rack for this, so I'll just figure out where I want to put it, probably in the middle. I'll put 1 per rack actually, 1 on the top. Yeah, I will need a couple of racks, so put 1 right up there. That's the second one from the top. I'm missing 1 rack. The guy I bought this off of only had the oh, where did that extra little piece go? Oh, there it is. The guy I bought this off of was missing a rack, but I got it at a really good price, so I'm not complaining at all. There's that extra little piece that I trimmed off. Alright, we'll just let her go for, it's not even up to temperature yet, but I figured I'd load it anyway. I'll just let her go for 3 or 4 hours and see where we are after that. The vent on the top is mostly closed. The vent on the bottom is slid all the way over just to get up to temperature. And the pucks haven't fed through yet. There's nothing on the chamber. I can hit the advance button. Huh, maybe I can't. What's going on with that? Oh, it's not going to get up to temperature unless I turn it on. There we go. Now I can hit the advance button, and it should feed me a puck there. Well, it fed 1, but it's still not there yet. There it comes. Alright. And while that's coming up to temperature, it'll feed more pucks. So it'll come up to temperature first, and then it'll feed a puck out there. We'll be good to go. We'll keep you updated with the progress. Alright, it's about an hour now. Smoking away nicely. One thing I don't like about the Bradley is it really goes through those pucks. And, oh, look at that. Oh, baby. And you can see down there, it doesn't burn them fully, which is what I don't like. So this is only really just starting. I really shouldn't be opening it at this point. I just brought the temperature down and it hasn't been coming up to temp. So I'll keep her shut for another 2 hours and we'll see. Looks like I'm going to have to load up more pucks there, so I'll do that. It's 2 hours and you can see it's up to about 90 Celsius or about 195 Fahrenheit. Against my better judgment, I'm going to open it up and we'll see how much it decreases in temperature upon doing so. I started with 9 pucks. I put 9 more in. You can see there's probably 3 below there, I think, so I'm just still in the original 9 pucks. Oh, nice and smoky. So we're at 2 hours. It's looking pretty good, actually. The temperature is up high enough that it's going to cook it properly. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I might just go one more hour. We're 3 hours in. At 2 hours I had turned the heat down a little bit, but I see now it's over 200, so it's a little bit on the warm side here. I'm gonna take, oh, it's looking pretty gorgeous. Let's see what we got there. I think we're probably done. I'm gonna stick a thermometer in there, and we're just gonna see what we got for a temperature. Oh man, look at that. Let's get that out into the sunlight. Ooh, that's hot. Get that out into the sunlight where we can see it. Alright, so I'm going to go in sideways. Give it a good smack. We are, that's only 150 degrees. I think I can go a bit longer. I'm going to have to turn that heat down though. It's too damn hot. Let's see what we got down here. The one below is a bigger piece. Let's see. Oh, fortunately I didn't really lose that. What I should be doing is using these big gloves I got at the kitchen supply store, so that I'm not scorching myself. Even at a low heat of 200, that's boiling water temperature, so it's hot. So we're going to jab that in there, and that's still only 150, 145, 149, 150. That's on the lower shelf. Alright, so I'm going to lower that heat again and let these cook just a little while longer. They're getting pretty close to done, I would say. Maybe a half an hour. Let's see. That temperature's come down, but we're gonna crank that down about the halfway point. Alright, it's a half an hour later, 3.5 hours. Turning that down has reduced my temperature to where it should be, is about 180, a little over 90 Celsius or 180 Fahrenheit. Wonderful smoke in there. Whoo-wee! I still got some biscuits left. We're just going to check my temperature in the middle. Should in theory be higher than 150, but it's not coming up there. That's interesting. I think if you get in the middle of a good piece of fat, that it doesn't read accurately. 152. I'm going to let it go yet another half an hour. There's a lot of smoke on there. Oh, and you see I threw a piece of beef in there just for good measure. That's not on record here. That's a beef rib, a beef chuck rib. I just threw it in there for good measure. Anyway, I'm going to give it one more half hour for a total of 4 hours, and then we're done. Alright, it came back up to temperature pretty quickly. It's about 180 Fahrenheit or 90 Celsius. We're just going to stick that. Ooh, smoke in the eye. Yeah. Okay, there's my jowl bacon. Cured for about a week and smoked for 4 hours. This is the one that I cleaned up. You can't really tell the difference at this point. That's the one that I didn't clean up. I didn't take all the extra stuff off. There's all the extra stuff that I took off of that one. I'm just going to slice the end off of this guy here. Maybe cut up. Oh, that knife is terrible. I went out to buy some new knife sharpeners the other day and they were out of stock. I had to back order them, so I'm kind of at the mercy of dull knives at the moment. It's looking pretty good to me. I'm going to fry that up and give it a try. It's still got the rind on it, so it's extra tough to get through there. I'm going to fry it. No, maybe I'll take the rind off of it actually before I do that. And I'm just going to take the end off of this one by way of comparison. So that's looking pretty good too. That's a little bit thicker, the one that I did not clean up. I think that's more a matter of coincidence rather than as a direct result of having not cleaned it up. It's looking pretty good though. I'm going to take the rind off right here. That's a terrible knife for doing that with, and I'm going to cut myself. Oh, there, it's easy to do that way, right in there. Let's see. We'll stick that one down too. Cut the rind off like that. Comes off pretty easily this way, actually. Keep pressure down on the knife, and look, it gets it off really cleanly. You pretty much just rind left there. Keep pressure down and cut straight through. It works okay. Alright, so I'm going to cut those up and fry them up in my pan, and we'll see how that goes. I am anticipating extreme yum. Well, it definitely is smelling pretty good. Jowl bacon can be pretty fatty, as you can see. Whoops! Love my splatter screen. Oh, I got that up a little bit high. I'll turn that down. It's sliced really thick. I just kind of did it ad hoc there. But it's smelling awfully nice. You can see there's a considerable amount of fat coming off of there for the small amount of bacon. Like I said, jowl bacon can be very fatty, parts of it. You know, there's a piece that's got a fair bit of meat on it. I'm really looking forward to eating this though. I'm going to leave it fairly fatty. I want to eat it that way actually. Oh boy. Cooking up really nicely now that I turned it down a little bit. It's on about 3 now. I had it on 4 and it was just overcooking it there a bit. It's on about 3 now, and it's I'll give it about another 2 or 3 minutes and then I'm taking it out of there. Okay, that's probably good enough for me. It's not crispy bacon, but that's not what I wanted. I just want it to fry it up and have a taste. So, it's going onto the plate over there. Whoops, I left the range hood on for that last clip. It was a bit noisy there. We'll try this piece first. The most important thing with bacon is getting the salting right. So, if I taste this and it's too salty, I know actually in hindsight when I did my cure I had about 20% too much salt. No big deal. It depends how it cures, whether or not that's going to matter too much. I'll tell you in a minute. If it's not salty enough, that means I didn't cure it properly or I didn't cure it long enough. I did it for a week, so it should be okay. Let's see what happens here. Just going to take that piece. That's just about right, actually. So, I think it's perfect. Really good bacon. Oh man, try it yourself. Well, I gotta say, this is pretty incredible bacon. It's one of the best batches I've ever made. This is the first time I've made jowl bacon, and the consistency here is just, it's light and feathery. Just absolutely incredible. I strongly encourage you to make some jowl bacon. Strongly.